Okay, moving on, we have our parenting expert and also founder of Fab Mom NG, Jane Ayegoye. And today we will be talking about setting goals as a family for the new year. I'm really interested in this because I never knew that families set goals. So let's delve right in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Same here. Thank you.
So now, setting goals as a family, tell me, how do we do that?
So at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year, it's always good to take a step back, either as a family or an individual, and just reminisce on how the year went, some of the things you wished you could have done better as a parent or even as a family unit. So you just have to think about some of the stopgaps, some of the things that was missing in your family. Perhaps you didn't create, you were not a lot more intentional about spending time with your children. So if this was a flaw for you, then it means for 2021 or the following year you need to make amends. So it's just about sitting down as a couple, or as a parent, as a mom or as a dad, preferably as a couple, you know, to have like a very honest review of the year. It could be informal or formal. You know, what are the things we would love to do better? Because chances are that you're already on your way to being better in some areas, but as human beings we always falter along the line. So you have to just think deeply. What do you want to see your family do better or stop doing? Or even adopt. And then you put it to paper, or you just hang it somewhere, or it can be on your head. Yes.
Now, and in a situation where we have a family where the children are, let's say, early teens, or let's say junior secondary, senior secondary, how do you involve the children in setting goals for the new year?
I think it's even easier when your children are older. Because, I mean, you don't have to explain, you know, the way you'd be explaining to a toddler. You know, so for the older ones who are in the junior secondary, it means education most likely. So what do you want? What scores are we aiming for in your junior YA? Or what scores are we looking, you know, to you attaining at the end of a session? What do they call it? Term, yes. You know, and then you work towards it. So if I have looked at my daughter's result sheet and I'm seeing that her maths isn't good yet, it means, okay, it means I have to now weigh my options. Do I need to enroll her, like have a tutor come to the house and teach her, or enroll in classes, or follow up with the teacher? So you tailor your goals to your child's particular needs. So most likely to be about education and maybe an extracurricular activity. Perhaps you want your child to be skilled in maybe piano, maybe, or one soft skill. So there's no one size fits all. You tailor it to suit your child's needs at a particular time.
So now, for example, for benefits of parents watching and they're having difficulties communicating with their kids, or bonding or breaking through the fourth wall, with teenagers now who are trying to build barriers and don't want, oh, I don't want mommy to know I'm like this. Now, how can they set goals to break and to have access to their kids?
That's why we always preach that you start early. You know, when teenagers are, honestly, I'm not looking forward to my kids being teens. When we get them across the bridge. But I'm like, teenagers are, like you said, they want independence. So you have to talk to them, find out what they like, and, you know, get on board with it. If your child likes playing football or loves fashion, you just have to find out what your child's interest is. That's the first thing. And then co-opt yourself in without being over-imposing, because, you know, they want to feel like big boys, big girls.
In control.
Exactly. So you want to find a very soft way to, without being so domineering, because at that stage they are trying to find their identity. The hormones are raging. The boys are beginning to, you know, the whole one, they feel like they're big boys. The guys are on their case. So you have to really be very intentional about that. That's why it's always best to start from a tender age. That's why I always say that people with parents with toddlers or little children, you have like an ample window. You have an open window of opportunity, you know, to bond with your children. Because childhood is the shortest phase. Yes.
True.
It's the shortest phase, because before you know it, they always say na belle idete. Before you know, you've had your baby. Before you know, you'll be wondering, how did my newborn turn 3? For the years run so fast. So you want to be intentional about being in your child's life.
Okay. Now, still speaking on this teenage issue, I saw something on the internet yesterday about how a new mom says that she doesn't know how she had a daughter. She doesn't know how she's going to teach her daughter about her menstrual cycle and sex education because her mother never taught her. Now, how can we educate parents who their children are entering this phase in life in the next year? How can they inculcate that?
That is like preteens, right?
Yes, preteens.
So you don't want to start the whole sex education overnight.
Yeah.
So when they are under the preteen age, you want to start with the body safety talk. It makes it easy to, now move to the next level, which is sex education.
So like for 2021, they can start putting let's have a body safety talk with our daughters.
Let's have that talk. What your safety network is, the bad touches, the good touches, and even boundaries. Sometimes we parents, we don't even understand that our children also need some form of boundaries. Like, this period now, we have a lot of festivities, family members are coming around, and we want to force our children to hug people. It's a bit tricky, but when you see your child saying, I don't want to hug this uncle, I don't want to hug that auntie, don't force it.
Yes.
So you have to really be attentive.
Yes.
That's why you find out your child's age. The child's age will determine the manner with which you will, talk about the body safety and the sex education.
Right.
Growing up, our parents used to say, once a boy touches you, you get pregnant. No, they are even smarter than us right now.
I know.
So you need to go down to the nitty-gritty
of it. But you know what, Joyce, we're going to have to continue this conversation next time. But I believe that everybody watching has learned a thing or two on how to plan for 2021 as a family, as a couple, and as an individual. Well, we'll be going on a break. When we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues. Do not go anywhere.